Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play series in Crusader Kings 3 Realms in Exile with uh, the Framlings. Last episode we finished conquering the Bjorning Kingdom. It's actually called the Kingdom of Anduin Vale. We did conquer a bit of the forest as well. I was debating whether to conquer the rest of the tribes. I think it would be beneficial, although we really will be running into problems with the elves over it, which would probably end up badly for us. They have, I wouldn't call it a small army, and their troops are quite capable. They also have the advantage of being able to kill monsters. And as far as I know, I don't think we have anything that kills monsters, which is a problem because we'll be running into Mordor soon. And we also have the orcs of Gundabad here, and they may develop monsters themselves, although it doesn't look like they are at the moment, which is good for us. Um, we are running low on prestige. We do need to recover our prestige. And we do need to do something about the administration of all of this. We're holding way too much land directly. The aim of this campaign, I think I'm gonna shift it to conquer all of these tribes so that when we feudalize, which we'll be able to because we're only lacking the absolute tribal authority, so that when we feudalize, all of these tribes turn into castles. But more importantly, what's also going to happen is that not only will the tribe turn into a castle holding, but some of these territories that have open holdings, they're gonna get cities and temples and all of that. Some of them might even get additional castles. And all of that is gonna happen for free. And this is why you want to capture as many tribes as possible before you feudalize. Because not only are you going to get castles in the main holding, but you're also going to get cities and temples and all of that without having to pay for them. Because you can't pay for them, but they cost, and they cost quite a bit. And we're going to have problems with income the moment we feudalize. So this is why we want to conquer as many tribes as possible. We're gonna have to do some things here. First of all, this is part of his de jure duchy, and he can definitely hold it. So I'm gonna give him that. He can make the duchy on his own. He has enough money. So that's one territory solved. This is gonna be part of our duchy in a bit. It's not yet. Uh, we also have problems with the vassals we acquired because we didn't exactly get rid of all the vassals. They're still here and they are quite upset with us, mostly because well, it's a mix of factors. Some of it is cultural acceptance because our cultural acceptance is not that high. We only have 27% with the Valemen, and these are Valemen. Some of them are woodmen as well, I think. Maybe. He's Leofrig, which she is Leofrig, and the cultural acceptance is even lower there. Other reasons would include high tribal authority, they want seats on the council, offensive wars, all those kind of motives. They do have alliances as well. There's quite a few of them. There's quite a few vassals we have. So I'm gonna have to figure out what land to give to whom, because We cannot hold all this land. We have 14 out of 5 holdings, so we're massively over the holdings. Now I had a quick look. Ideally, we want to keep this duchy, and the reason we want to keep this duchy is because it's by far the biggest. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 territories. The only other duchy that compares is this one. It has 5 territories. And this one, which also has 6 territories. But the 6th is the Great Temple of Rosgobel, where Radagast is. The territory only has a temple as well. And ideally, we want to forcibly vassalize Radagast, if we can manage it. He is allied with Galadriel, though, so that's not going to happen in a hurry, because Galadriel has a very potent army as well. So this is probably going to stay outside of our control for a long time. He does have his own military, which includes rabbit riders. It's a pity I can't view the description on them, if they have any description. I don't think they do. Which is amazing that he has this. They don't do a lot of damage or anything. They target skirmishers and heavy infantry, and they get bonuses in forests and jungles. This is cute. This is very, very, very cute that he has access to this cavalry unit. They come in groups of 10, and apparently he has 7 of them. So, you know, it is amazing that he has this. He could develop a larger army if he actually cared to. It's not like he can't afford it. He's also the head of faith, I'm pretty sure. He is, for Widumanas. So, you know, it's cute that he's there. But I need to figure something out here, because, for instance, this vassal has territories in both duchies, and he shouldn't have territories in both duchies. So potentially I want to take away his county. The problem with taking away the county is that I can't without fabricating. You will see here that I would lose legitimacy, and the reason I would lose legitimacy is because the Widmanas faith is righteous. So they are part of our group of faith as well. We're in the same group of faiths. And it is a righteous religion. So the only way to get the lands from them without the entire group of vassals rebelling is to fabricate, and even then some of them might revolt. So I'm gonna have to pause here for a bit. I'm gonna have to pause the recording and figure out what to give to whom, so that we can stabilize all of this at least somewhat, and we'll take it from there. So I'm gonna pause this now, and I'll see you in a bit. Right, so here we are. I've done a few things. First of all, there were a number of territories open here. I gave this to our daughter's husband. The reason being they're married matrilineally, and the children are gonna be of House Framling, so that's a good thing for us. Now this vassal here, she kind of hates us. She is also kind of old, and she has no heirs. I'm the heir. So when she passes away, we're gonna get this territory, and I'm gonna pass it back to them. Now, I've had a look at the restore the Eothed Kingdom, and the conditions are that you completely control Framling, you have the title, your government. Nowhere here does it say your vassal. So I cannot pass this along to vassals. We could try it, but I think this is gonna end badly if we try it. So what I have done, I used to have this duchy. I gave it to my son, and instead of allowing my other son to create the duchy himself, I created the duchy. So now we have this duchy. It seems because we gave territories to our other sons, on my death, the only title that would be lost would be the duchy that I just created. And the main heir could inherit everything else, which is good because that meant I could give him land in the very duchy that we took from Bern. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to give him these lands. Under Confederate partition, you cannot give your heir lands that they don't stand to inherit anyway. So he stood to inherit them, and we could give him the lands, which solved a massive problem for us because I didn't want to lose control of this, and I won't because my son will inherit it. However, we do need to make sure to get, excuse me, we do need to make sure to get this duchy. I cannot allow him to have it. He can't afford to make it at the moment, so we're going to be watching this closely. Right. We still have a few issues though. Well, we have this county here, and this county here, and this county here that we need to get rid of somehow. We can hold 5, so in theory we could hold one of these. Of them, possibly, we could hold maybe this one. And the reason for it is if we capture the territories in the forest as well, this is part of the kingdom of Angalad, and the capital is here, which is part of this duchy, in which we already have territory. So ideally, we want this duchy to be given to someone of our own dynasty. So that means we still have to get rid of these two. Now, as it happens, I do have a candidate in mind for at least one of them, because we can call him into our court, and we can give him one of the duchies. I'm open and welcoming. I'm already being targeted by factions who want dissolutions. Right, so we have him in our kingdom. He's my champion. I can grant him titles, which would be amazing. Now the question is, which title do I want to give him? I don't want the dynasty to disappear, but this duchy, if I manage to forcibly vassalize Radagast, I want this entire duchy to be under the control of Radagast. So I'm probably gonna give him this duchy instead, which is at the lower end of the Anduin Vale. There are other vassals here. She is part of the dynasty that used to hold the duchy with the same icon, the Herimundi Earldom. She is part of that dynasty. I don't exactly want her to disappear either, but he's of the Herimundi dynasty as well. We're gonna take away his territory across the river. He shouldn't have this. I don't want him spread over multiple duchies. So we can give our champion here this little bit of territory, which means we can possibly move her north. We can move him across the river, and we can give him this. We will do. Do we have prisoners by any chance? We do not. Do you hate me? You do not hate me. So I can give her this county here and take this one away from her. So let's actually fabricate on her, and we'll give her the county. The reason I have funds and prestige is because there were a number of buildings being built around here. I canceled the buildings, which gave me funds. Some of the prestige came from creating this duchy as well. Creating duchies gives you prestige. So this is why I have funds and prestige. We're gonna give her that county so we can get her out of here. She should be a bit more happy with us now. She is married to someone else who is not our vassal. It's Grimbeorn's vassal. But his heir is this young lady here who has a different mother who passed away of the Great Pox. So because they have different mothers and she has her own land, she also has her own heir. I'm gonna sneeze. Give me a second. There we go. I managed to pause the video in time so you wouldn't hear me sneeze. So now we're not over our domain and we have a massive problem with vassals. That's the bad news. The good news is we control most of the targets we were after. We need to conquer this. He's of an evil faith anyway. And we need to conquer this. And he's in the middle of a war with Grimbeorn. He's the attacker and Grimbeorn is the defender. Grimbeorn is gonna win. There's no way he can lose. So what we can do is we can focus on this one and take his land and give it to Grimbeorn's son, who is now our vassal. So let's attack him. It's gonna cost us a bit of prestige. How are we for troops? We're fine. We're mostly fine. How are we for factions? Huh. There we go. We already have 2 vassals that want to destroy the realm. And I'm not sure I want to know how many others are gonna want to join in. She only wants independence. She doesn't want to destroy the realm. So we need to do something about him. He's old and infirm, but he may yet live a while. He's not very strong. Neither is she. And we do have alliances, so I'm not terribly concerned, but we'll see how many others join in. Let's attack him. We do need to get rid of the evil faith breathing down our neck. And we can give it to Grimbeorn's son. Brunghilde comes of age. Who are you? You look a bit chubby. Right, you're him. And that helmet shouldn't have hair coming through it. That is amazing. Let's finish raising our military. We are ill. Do no more than what is necessary. Excellent work. There's the army. We do have Dol Guldur as a neighbor now, which is a problem. We can open a new martial trait. Let's do the heavy infantry one. Well, should we? No. Let's go for supply and siege effectiveness, because we do need it. We'll employ both strategies. Very well. I am the one leading this, yeah? Yeah. Right. So you want me to join you to turn him into a tributary. First of all, I'm gonna enforce these demands. We're gonna disband the army. You're not building anything. We're gonna give you this territory. Did you just marry someone? You have. She's no one special. And you want to fight the elves. He has almost 4,000 troops, dude. Ah, but some of them are mercenaries. And you have how many? 5,200. So you depend on me for victory. If I decline, I don't want him to turn Las Galen into a tributary, because he'll gain way, way too much power. He is my ally today, but he's probably not gonna be my ally tomorrow. And I'm not sure I want him to have Thranduil as a tributary. Here comes another sneeze. Let me see if I can pause it. There we go. I managed to catch that one in time as well. I took advantage of the situation and made myself a nice cup of tea. No milk, no sugar, no honey. The only proper way to drink tea. No sweetener of any kind. You can fight me on this, but if you try, I'll send the skin changers after you. Back to our game. So, I don't really want to send my army into the Elven Refuge territory. First of all, they have a higher fortifications. It's fortification level 6 at least. And in case of Thranduil himself, he's sitting on a fort level 23. There is no way that I can effectively siege any of this. Oh no, we have a level 5 here. 2. We could siege a couple of territories and sub-holdings. But mostly, we wouldn't stand a prayer of a chance of sieging these holdings. Most of them anyway. Because our onagers are only effective up to fort level 5. And after that, they do provide some sieging value, but you get a penalty to the siege. We would also be fighting against the elves, and the elves are not a joke, even at these low numbers. Whereas we are. We have archer cav, we do have light cav, we have heavy infantry, we have spearmen, and that's about it. We don't have the 6th army group because we haven't developed it, and as far as I know, they can counter every single one of our army groups. This counters heavy cavalry and skirmishers. I don't care about the monsters. They can counter skirmishers, heavy infantry and archers and light cavalry and spearmen. They cannot counter the archer cav, so that would be an advantage. It's still no joke. I am inclined to decline my close and dear ally. We would lose. He would lose 20 opinion, and we would lose 350 fame, which is annoying, but I'm gonna decline. I'm sorry, but we're not doing this. I had a look at what he's trying to achieve, and apparently the tributary would have high taxes, low prestige transfer, suzerain guarantee, and no tributary war support. So that means Thranduil would not offer war support. Dale would guarantee Thranduil. Some prestige would occur between from Thranduil to Dale, and some cash. This is what he wants me to join the war for. I think it's a waste of time. He's developing this. I'm not entirely opposed to the idea. We do need to conquer this. I would like to forcibly vassalize him, but I don't think we can. What we could do is conquer him and try to get his sons back to preserve the dynasty and reinstall his sons here. Grimbeorn holds one of the territories, which is not ideal. Grimbeorn also holds land here in the south. We can attack them though. We can conquer the county. The only problem is this would be the capital of the Brown Lands. And again, I want to give this to someone of my dynasty. And there's simply not enough people in my dynasty. I could give it to some regular nobleman and fabricate on them later on, which is probably what I'm gonna end up doing, because we need to get a move on how many lands we conquer. Ideally, I want to get these from Grimbeorn and give it to someone of my dynasty. But again, we can give it to someone temporary and fabricate later on. So I think the decision will be to invade this while it's still free. Maybe establish a couple of colonies here so that we have access to this, so that we can take them. This I'm not bothered about. But we do want the Brown Lands, and probably we want Evathavuld as well later on. This is going to be in the far distant future. Some of these territories are held by woodmen, and they're not part of their de jure territory. And the thing is, this is a holy site for us, which is why we want to extend in this direction. And it's actually a good holy site, because it gives us army damage and supply limit in hills. I don't care about the supply limit in hills, but the army damage is really good. Plus 5% is nothing to joke at. And it's not just for the heavy cavalry, it's for the entire army. So it would be really good to have this. Unfortunately, we don't get a special building here. Only the Rovanorim get a special building there. So only them. No, not the Leofrigs. Are there no Rovanorim left? They are. But no rulers. You're not Rovanorim. Oh yes, you are. You're the last Rovanorim ruler. Are you Leofrig? You are. So that's the last Rovanorim ruler there. So only Rovanorim can establish a special building here, which is annoying because it's a very good special building. Yeah, we're gonna conquer him. First things first. You have a hostage with burning. You shouldn't worry about that, because we're coming. We're gonna raise our military. Okay. We're gonna raise our military, I said. That will do, I think. How many soldiers do you have? Nowhere near. Do we have? Yeah, we do. That can be it. So, we're gonna march in here and conquer this. Are you at war? You are. You are attacking who? Him. We don't care. I hope you win, so that we can take your stuff. The thing is, we need to install some friendly vassals to offset the unfriendly ones we have, because we have quite a few unfriendly ones. Longhouses built in Northernburg, so we can hold feasts here. We can even upgrade it for a bit more prestige, for a bit more income of prestige, and a bit more levies. It's not gonna affect the hosting for feasts. It's 30% regardless. We are losing prestige. Do we have a better leader? We do. Our son is just as good, and he would benefit from being the marshal. But I would like to keep you around, and the reason I would like to keep you around, do you have any other position? You're also the master of the horse. The reason I want to keep him around is we can give him territory somewhere. And hopefully he's gonna recruit his own kind of Dalaringi troops. And the reason we want him to recruit his own kind of Dalaringi troops is because the Dalaringi have access to some very good troops. And what I'm talking about is they have access to Dalaringi bowmen that counter monsters. And we're gonna need that. They have access to Dalaringi pikemen, which also counter other spearmen and monsters. And they have access to the Bell Wardens of Dale, which are really good heavy infantry. And all of these are the kind of troops that we lack. Because the only archers that we have are generic archers, generic pikemen, and generic footmen. So we really, really want these kind of troops. And what we can do is we can give him land. Hopefully he recruits his own kinds of troops. And then we can murder him and everyone else in his family and inherit his army. It sounds dirty, but we desperately need those kind of troops. Now, we already have Dalaringis. It's him. But I don't want to murder him because he's producing kids of our dynasty. And that's very valuable to me at the moment. She, on the other hand, she's not going to produce kids of our dynasty. They're going to be of House Frigar because they're going to be married in his house. So that's a problem. We could get some concubines, but there's no one available to serve as a concubine. So that's not an option either. I wasn't banking on the fact that we would be so successful so early on with Bjorning. Right, we have you. Who is raiding me? You are. Okay. Well, we can disband the troops. You're not building anything. We're just gonna give this to a local Leofring. He should like me. Not very much, but he likes me. We're not his de jure liege though, so he won't like me that much. We can raise our troops here. Do you have plague or something? Why are you gray? It doesn't say. Well, you're closer. We're gonna raise you here. And we're gonna intervene in this. Goodbye. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for giving me prestige as well. Right. So, a couple of things. We can now integrate Twain Mantle. So, Twain Mantle is part of the Grey Spine Duchy. It's gonna cost us a bit of gold and a bit of prestige. The development is gonna change. It's gonna grow a bit. Development doesn't really matter now, but it will once we're feudalized. So we might as well. We're gonna hit this button. For centuries we roamed the foothills of the Grey Mountains, but never laid claim to it. Now that we have forged our kingdom anew, we must prove that our realm truly has the power to last. Boom. Okay, rise as high as the sky, piercing the clouds. Something is missing here. They are undeniably the domain of dwarfs. I'm guessing the name of the mountains. They are undeniably the domain of dwarfs, such as the hardy folk who dwell at Nordinbad. But Twain Mantle is a region of rolling hills, ideal for raising our prized enduring steeds. Long have our forefathers dwelt here, at the northernmost expanse of the Anduin Vale, and now the time has come to formally integrate these foothills into our realm. All who dwell there shall answer to the riders who rule the Vale, for now and forevermore. So there we are. It is now part of our duchy. And the development is now level 8, up from 5. We are still upgrading this. We do have some money. Let's colonize the non-Lothanduin and Tiringon. We can support one more colony. We're not gonna do it here though. We will, however, construction time plus 25, 15. We're gonna start with the floods here. And here it doesn't really matter. We'll start with the orcs. The last colony, however, we're gonna place it here. We do have to colonize this as well. We're basically out of money now. However, we can attack him for the entire duchy. We won't be getting the entire duchy. Some of it is in under the control of Rune, which has a very powerful military. But we can take him if we call Dale. We can usurp the kingdom, but we won't. Who can get married? You. Right. I'm gonna pause a bit to find him a wife, and for the other one as well. Because they do need wives. So I'll be right back. Right, so we can actually get them some girls from Bjorning's house. And the reason we would want to do that is because they have skin changer. We do want to get skin changer. We want to get it started in our dynasty's DNA. It does get added in the DNA. Even if their children don't have skin changer, their children could be skin changer. So it could happen. They are the only girls with skin changers. There's 2 of them. One of them is closer to the age. It's these 2 girls here. I'm pretty sure this is the second one. Yep. The only problem is, if we look at Grimbeorn, his heir is this guy. Grimbeorn's son is his name. Or Olbjorn, I'm not sure. And it's his daughters we're talking about. So if Grimbeorn dies, he's gonna live for a while longer. If Grimbeorn dies, we're gonna get an alliance with him, I think, because these are our sons. We're gonna arrange the marriage anyway. This is not gonna result in an alliance. So we're gonna arrange the marriage. We're gonna wait for the reply. We can transfer vassals. Yes, we could, but we're not going to, because we're gonna take away her land and we're gonna give you the land. So we're not gonna transfer anything. Come on. Yes, you accept. Where's the other son? You. You're gonna marry her instead. So now the question is, do we take on being the neighbors of Rune? Gondor is in poor shape. They've lost Ithilien, which means Mordor can invade them straight away. Where is Aragorn? What? My dude, where is Aragorn? How? For God's sake. Why? Why, game? Why? How? How could you lose Aragorn? What the actual hell, dude? Oh my days. Well, there goes Gondor. Because Gondor is not gonna be able to resist this. No way. So here's a problem for our campaign. We need a way to resist Mordor. Wow, that took a turn. That took such a nasty turn. I was not expecting this. And you're fighting Rohan for what? Oh my god. Do you have the debuff? You do. How long has this war been going on? 6 months. Yeah, this isn't gonna go anywhere. So Rohan is gonna fall. Because there's no way they can defend against this. There's only almost 12,000 troops. And they have 40,000 and they're some of the best. So Rohan is gonna fall. Oh, this Let's Play is gonna end so bad. So badly. When did Aragorn die? Ages ago. Oh my days. We're probably gonna lose this campaign. There is no way. And Medloshukane took Dorwinion as well. This is gonna end badly for us. I do not see how we could possibly win this. Let's conquer this duchy. We'll give it to the God damn it, game. We're gonna give it to the Dalringi, and hopefully he can create his own troops. We need troops that can counter those monsters. We need them so badly. It's not even a joke. Um, yeah, let's go for this. God damn it, game. No, we're gonna ransom you. Unless you have stupid amounts of help. You do not. We're gonna ransom you. You barely have money worth it, but I'll do it. Yep. Oh, he only conquered a little bit. We have time. We have a bit of time. There's our work done. You're building, and I don't want you to build. And you're building, and I don't want you to build. We're gonna give this to our Dalringi friend. Enjoy. Please make soldiers, and make them fast. He's no longer our master of the horse, that's fine. He's our vassal though. We're gonna give this to our son, because he'd benefit from it. We need to create this duchy. You haven't created it yet. We do. We can. So now we have the duchy that we were missing. So it counts towards the restore the Eothed kingdom. God, that was so annoying to see. So annoying to see. What do you want? Under-equipped. You want me to pay you a stupid amount of money so you can get a weapon? No, go to the armory. We're not giving you that money. How is our court grandeur? Not great, but it doesn't need to be great. Let's give people slightly better food. We're gonna lose some money on that as well. God damn it, game. Promote culture and recruit your own troops. Urgently, please. We need to assassinate him so badly. It's not even funny. Oh my days. You are attacking him there. I don't care that you're attacking him there. Are you allied to anyone important? No. You do have access to quite a bit of troops though. We can, however, conquer quite a bit of your territory. And we should, so that you don't neighbor the Medlo-Shukain Empire anymore. Because they're just gonna raffle stomp you. So let's do that. That will give us access to more levies, which we desperately need. I can't believe Aragorn died. Like an idiot as well. Right, we need to conquer this. And we need to get rid of Dol Guldur, actually. We cannot afford Dol Guldur here. While we're facing Rune and Mordor and everything else. You want to keep compassionate. What are you? That would be good, actually. Yeah, do that. There goes one territory. How soon can we do this? In 6 years. Have you improved your stuff? Hills, yes. Cavalry, no. And Forest Fighter, you're working on it. Runost is under siege, of course it is. Let's intercept you. Are you making soldiers? You are. You just disbanded them for some reason. I'm not sure why. There's the victory. Have we captured anyone? We have. You don't have money, so I don't particularly care. We now have more vassals to contend with. And you're unhappy. And you're playing evil. Okay. Where is the capital of this? There. We can withdraw your lands, I'm pretty sure. You won't accept, of course, which means you'll rise up in revolt. I just hope not half the kingdom is doing that, because that would be a problem. So go ahead and rise up in revolt. We're gonna take away your lands. There's no way we're keeping the lidless eye on our doorstep. We're gonna siege you again. Let me have some of this tea without sweetener. Oh my days. We're being sieged by Dol Guldur. Wonderful. We're coming for you, bud. We're absolutely gonna have a chat with you. Maybe not quite yet, but it's on the way. It is now a survival matter to expand as much as possible, because we need all of these to turn castles to resist Mordor, basically. No, we don't want all of Drow. Just a county, please. Can we take away your stuff legitimately? We can. You're just not gonna accept it, but that's okay. We'll take it anyway. Just want to finish with this first. Do we need to fabricate on anyone else? Is the question. Yes, on you. Because you still hold this. Yeah, we're doing that. You're raiding me, and I was just talking about how I want to preserve you. Okay. I guess I won't, is the answer to that. Who are you? Yeah, sure. You can be. We can be friends. It's fine. I'll be taking away all your lands later, but for now we can be friends. New marshal. Living off the land is a must. We need to have supply. There goes that particular conflict. Are you still raiding me up in the north? That's a mistake. That's a massive mistake on your part. We do have a legacy. We're absolutely going towards private army. There is no way we're not. Aragorn died from a beast. How stupid is that? Right, we're going to revoke your titles shamelessly. All of them. Can you pay 100? You can pay 100. That's fine. We're gonna give this to someone who's a woodman. I don't have time to play around with other thingamajigs. Congratulations. Please convert the entire place. We're not gonna give you the duchy, you can create it yourself. Does it exist? It does. He holds it. That's fine for now. We'll be having a chat about that. Aragorn died. He just decided to die. To the hands of a beast, no less. Congratulations, that's wonderful. Give me my stuff back, thank you. And in fact, I'm not in the mood to mess around with you. Train for a tournament. Are we gonna get strong here? Hey, we got strong. Good, that gives us a health boost as well. How are we for time? We're approaching the 1 hour. We do need to hunt for prestige. Aragorn died. You just had a military. Why did you cancel it, you utter idiot? We're gonna declare this war. Can we offer you vassalage instead? No, you won't accept it. Too bad. At this point, we don't care. The desperation is too high. We're gonna simply take your stuff. I don't have patience with these shenanigans anymore. You still haven't given up the kingdom. No, we do not want you to be arrogant. You will learn to be compassionate instead. Can we ransom your daughter? Can we ransom you yet? Do you have no income? You do. You're gonna be here a while though. Pay for your daughters, please. There we go. Get out of your land. Goodbye. What is going on? We're being raided. Really? By who? Oh no, we're not. Can we give you your land back? We can. That is amazing. So here's what we're gonna do to preserve your stuff. We're gonna invite you to court, because I don't need to hold your stuff. Welcome back to court. Are you building anything? You are not building anything. You are also my friend. You can continue to be my friend. You're just gonna be my vassal though. Do we have your duchy? We do not. You can make that yourself. We need the money for other stuff. Where else can we spread? Can we attack you? We can. And we shall. Yeah, no one is guaranteeing you. You are allied. We still need to attack you and the Bjornings, which we can't attack quite yet. How long do we have a truce for? For another 21 months. We want to do a hunt though. So let's host a hunt. This will do. Go hunt. Aragorn died. Idiot. Maybe we can ally Gondor. How is my court grandeur level 0 again? Here, have some lodgings. We're going for a stag. That's good. Get back on your horse. How is your hunting skill, my dude? You all seem to be excellent bowmen. After it. Ah, yes, we have a physician who is excellent. Let's switch him. Completely forgot about that. We lost the hunt. So we barely get anything out of this. We do get hunter experience though. And we're still not maxed. Okay. Well. We can hold court. We don't need to hold court. We can feast, but I don't particularly care to have a feast right now. Are you never gonna give up this crown, dude? You don't have it anymore. You don't have de jure territory here. You're fighting a war. Who are you fighting? Him. I'm gonna take away your crown, dude. I'm gonna steal it, because you're not giving it away. Before we do that, we're gonna attack this duchy. We're gonna raise our troops, yeah, right here. Aragorn died. Of all the things that could have happened, I'm pretty sure I set the game rules. If I look, Sauron is weakened as well. If Aragorn would have gotten there, the situation would have been stable, at least for 60 years or whatever. He died. To a bear or something. Good. Our dynasty banner has improved. We're getting raided by Bjorning again. That's okay. I'll trust you with this charge. He's beaten back. This is in Astberth, which is here, isn't it? Yeah. Try the orcs again, please. You're still working. We can do the bandits now. Have you started producing troops? No. Okay. We need those Dalish troops like we need air. You can be ambitious. That's fine. We captured him. We do need money. Let's ransom him. This won't be enough to win the war, so off we go. The 100 gold is worth it though. We captured more people. Do we have dread? We have a bit of dread. It's not really that relevant though. We'll just gain hooks. Can we not ransom you? Really? Dude, she's your wife. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. Oh my days. Have your wife back, you stingy bastard. We're past the hour mark. She came of age, so we have to marry her off now. Off you go. Enjoy your husband. And the fish. Who are you fighting and why? That's part of the duchy that we're after, so we're gonna fight the Dalish soon. We inherited the war. You're upset. You're all upset. Who's the heir? You are. You are each other's heirs. So, is there a brother here? There was. Oh, so you two are cousins. Right. Well, that's okay. He still holds the duchy, because he still has land outside. But this isn't the jure part of that, it's the jure part of this instead. Let's finish our conflict, and we're gonna move on to the next episode. Aragorn dead. It just... Why, game? Why would you do that to me? Can we ransom you as well? We can definitely ransom you. We can ransom you. Let's siege some places. That's level 6. That's level 10. That's level 8. 13. So already we're running into issues because these sieges are gonna last forever. But we do need the money. You still haven't given up the crown. Are you in a war? No. My crown. You still hold all of that land, but you've given this one up, which is fine. Have you started making troops? You have not. Who is this? We have goblins and the Bjornings. Why are you allied with him? Through marriage, of course you are. But you're not allied to me, which is fine. Can we create the empire title now? I can. I must not be tribal. Oh, God damn it. Well, at least we acquired the Skull of Bolg, which was a court artifact that Grim Burn had. If you don't know who Bolg is, let me introduce you to Bolg. Here's Bolg. So if you've watched the trilogy where Smaug takes Erebor and the Thorin's company goes back to recover Erebor, in the trilogy, Azog is alive. In the actual lore, Azog died at the gates of Moria when Thorin and his cousin Dane fought at the gates of Moria. Dane slayed Azog. So all the events that happen in the trilogy, in the films, the armies, the Battle of the Five Armies that happened outside of Erebor, all of those orcs were actually led by Bolg, who is Azog's son. And Bolg was not killed by, what was his name? I just said it. Was not killed by Thorin. It was actually killed. He was actually killed by King Burn, the Skin Changer, which is why his son had his skull. This is the reason why he has the Skull of Bolg, for those of you not familiar with the lore. So we have an issue. We have a massive, massive issue. We cannot create this empire title while we're still tribal. So we need to resolve that pronto. We need to conquer this. We need to feudalize. We need to colonize this. And we need to colonize these. We don't have a lot of time. He's 53. And we need to conquer as many of these tribes as possible before we hit the button to adopt feudal ways and restore the Eothed Kingdom and create the Empire title. We are in big doo-doo, folks, because I was not banking on the fact that Aragorn was never going to unite Gondor. Oh my days. Right. How's that for a twist? I'm gonna cut the episode here. We'll finalize this in the next episode. Leave a comment, throw me a like, a subscribe. It would help my channel grow. I would very much appreciate that. If you have any advice for my given situation, feel free. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye for now.